What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. You know, as a guy that is currently one of the guys in the black manosphere, I would say one of the guys who's been around a long time. One thing that I've learned from this community is a sense of ownership, a sense of financial empowerment. And when you see people like, even like Louis Farrakhan or Tariq Nasheed, I'm saying that these guys, on a more small level, they cannot really be canceled. They create their own money. They have their own products. They have their own support systems. We've just seen Tariq Nasheed raise a $1.7 million grassroots level. That's something that's very, very powerful. And when you're a person like that, you're not really afraid of what people can do to you. But Dave Chappelle has taken it to another level. And I think as an African American man, this is just more encouraging to me, because Dave Chappelle, whether you like his stance on what he said to the trans community or not, I'm not here for that. But what I do understand, and even the LGBT community, I will give them credit for this too, they have what is called power. And this is what happens when power gets into the ring with power. You've seen people like DaBaby. You've seen people, like with the Jewish community, Nick Cannon, basically have to bend the knee when the LGBT community or the trans community felt that it was disrespected. Nick Cannon had to do everything on the demands of Viacom, which was owned by the Jews, to even have a chance to come back. And although that the Netflix had a walkout for the trans community, Dave Chappelle is saying, listen, I'm willing to give you an audience, but you won't make me bend to your demands. Okay? You will not summon me. Okay? You won't summon me. All right? And if you want to meet with me, you're going to meet with me on my terms. All right? You must come to a palace of my choosing at the time of my choosing, because you don't run me. And if you don't like it, that is fine. But you don't run me. Because I don't need your money, don't want your money, and somebody going to support what I got anyway, because that's my attitude and I'm sticking to what I'm saying, and you can leave it or take it, but you can't say that if you don't have power and support to say that. Now, let me take it to another level for black men out there. If we were to stand behind anybody, one of our people that would take this position and say, listen, if they don't want to support you, we will. A lot of things would change on our behalf. But we're so threatened because we don't have the infrastructure to run our own organizations. See, this is the reason why you need black male entrepreneurs. This is why you need black female entrepreneurs. This is the reason why, because on things that you stand on, if people don't want to support you, your people can support you. And although Dave Chappelle is a comedian with a lot of money and he's walked away from big deals before, and he stands on his own too. Most people are not like that. But see, when you have communities that back you, and you have the financial support systems of people that back you, and that's why we need more successful black men, because I'm just using this as an example. It had nothing to do with, this being the LGBT or trans. It could be anything. It could be political rights. It could be rights to free speech, whatever. Black men have to understand this is how power works. He can't say this if he works for Netflix, but he's big, and Netflix has to respect him for what he can do. He's great at what he does, so he can take a stance like this, and they can bring him black. And if we have more successful black men out there, then you can take this stance. And if we support our brothers, they can take this stance too. And you can change the world by taking the stance. Ain't that what the LGBT community has done? Their people support what they do. And we gotta get out of the idea. And I know I'm gonna take this from Dave Chappelle and make it more about us. We gotta get out of the mindset that we don't have the money, we don't have the support, we don't have the ability to change the way our world is. Look at the fathers that are there in Shreveport, Louisiana, that got tired of those fights going at the school, and so they started volunteering at the school, and then there were no more fights. Because a group of men said that we're going to get behind this and do it. And Dave Chappelle is getting a lot of support from the people who are officially first afraid to stand up to certain groups in America, groups that you can't talk to or talk bad about. Okay? You can't even have an opinion in many cases before someone gets upset. But the thing about it is, between the LGBT community, the black community, the white community, the Asian community, the thing about it is this: we all in this country, protected groups or not, should be able to express our open opinions without somebody trying to cancel somebody, as long as it's not within what is deemed as hate speech. And sometimes people deem hate speech just because they don't agree. We got to get out of that, because what it does, it creates disdain between people. And when people don't say anything for a while, then it blows up. All right? It blows up. And then when it blows up, it gets out of hand. People need to be able to have a discourse and listen to each other and be able to talk. That's one thing I talk about even in the black community. With our community, with black men and black women, we can't even have a discussion without somebody getting pissed. Okay? And protected groups talking to each other is a little bit better, but hey, there has to be a little bit of two-way going here. We can't be duplicitous. All right? And that's the situation here. People that have different different rules, like it's almost like Africa in a way. In many one-party states, it's like if you disagree with the president, then you're scared for your life, like Museveni. Some people feel, and I'm not saying that that's true here in America, because you have a lot more freedom of speech, but people feel like when you talk about certain protected groups, the one that Chappelle is referring to, which is LGBT, that they can only voice their opinion and others cannot voice their opinion. So it's a one-way street. And Chappelle is saying, I'm not gonna go for that. If you want to talk to me, you'll talk to me on my terms. I'm not gonna bend the knee for you. Who are you? And I think it's going to change the narrative in our country so that everybody can understand people, so there's no monopoly on who can say stuff and who can't. Because no one's perfect. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.